champion and former super welterweight champion of the world, the undefeated Floyd Money Mayweather. 29 victories, including 22 knockouts with 2 defeats and 2 bouts even. His KO to victory ratio is among the highest in boxing history among welterweight champions. From Ventura, California, the reigning, defending WBC welterweight champion of the world, Vicious Victor Ortiz.
It's funny that most people say that Victor Ortiz is the bigger of the two guys.
All right, gentlemen, we were the rules in the dressing room.
Actually had
I expect a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all time. Watch out for the heads inside. Give me good sportsmanlike conduct. Remember, guys, I'm fair but I'm firm. Touch them up.
Right on the screen with the colors of the Mexican flag and the American flag on the left side of his leg is Victor Ortiz. Jab getting through there by Mayweather right away here. A little tentative is Ortiz, who needs to put pressure on him.
One of the things you watch for with Mayweather is that sneaky right hand in the first round of fights. He can throw it like a right hand lead as if he were a lefty. And he can also make you miss and then turn quickly and make you pay.
And I'll tell you, with all the talk about his age, I mean, that shows you right there. The sneaky right hand, he turned it over. He still has the hand speed. Another right hand pops off the face of Ortiz. Ortiz catches him back. Now he tries to muscle Mayweather back, and Mayweather won't move. Ortiz came, as you see, he's a southpaw. His power is in his left hand. Oh, man.
There's that right hand lead by Mayweather, perfect against the lefty. And what you watch with him, when you measure punching power, is a guy that's like a 7 on a scale of 10, but he hits you with a ton of 7s in the course of a fight.
And that's what he means by breaking guys down. There's one thing that's clear to me at 34 years of age, he hasn't lost a heck of a lot in terms of speed. And it's significantly different from Ortiz. Ortiz is more of a power guy, yet the power punches in this round have been landed by Floyd Mayweather Jr., who's the challenger here.
Well, Ortiz needs a cooperating style in order to get inside and put his opponent down. He had it against Berto. Will he have it here? Different story.
And he was down twice against Berto himself, but many people think that could be the fight of the year. It certainly was a great fight. But this is a different kettle of fish. Berto, while a wonderful fighter, is not in the same league, nor many other fighters, with Floyd Mayweather Jr. For all of the said negative about him, he is a great fighter. For the southpaw would do the same thing. No problem so far with the guys stepping on each other's feet.
Interesting thing about Mayweather is, regardless of whether it's righty or lefty, he throws the right hand at a time when you think he's going to throw the jab. That's one of the things that makes him so effective.
And he's landed it about 4 or 5 times. A lot of anticipation for this fight. Ortiz really didn't open up in the first round because he couldn't. He can't box with this guy, Dave. He's going to try to muscle this guy as best he can. He can't box with him.
So what he's going to try to do is bob and weave, work the way inside, cover up on the way, and then try to do damage to the body once he gets close in his perfect game plan. But Mayweather, with his reach, with his anticipation, look, there's the right hand greeting him on the way in when you thought a jab might be the shot there. He is so instinctive. And there's the defensive move by Mayweather. And if we get numbers throughout the course of this fight, it will be quite telling to see what Ortiz gets in. Most Mayweather opponents.
And the southpaw style with Floyd's right hand is no problem at all for him. But you know, Ortiz looks tentative to me right now. And this isn't the way he wants to fight this fight.
Well, you know, the big stage, it's in front of him now.
But you know, Dave, for a professional athlete, the big stage is coming in and maybe the first round. Once you're a professional athlete, whether it's the first pitch in baseball or the kickoff of the football or they drop the puck in hockey or in this case the fight starts, you don't feel that kind of pressure anymore. You're an athlete and you're trying to, in the case of Ortiz, retain the title, and Mayweather sort of picking them apart.
Different fighters have a different tentative aspect to it, and they need something to get them going, which Ortiz is trying to open up a little. He hasn't been hit with before, and it's taking some time to adjust, but he did land a nice left hand.
And every time he does anything, the crowd, the Mexican Independence Day weekend is huge here in Nevada. And so the Mexicans are out here rooting like mad for Victor Ortiz. Chopping right hand by Mayweather. Another right hand by Mayweather. And another one.
Every time he does that, Ortiz has to reload. And he gets slow, and Mayweather chops him again.
And you see how quick he grabbed onto him and prevented him.
And Mayweather backed off a shot coming to him, and then landed a right hand.
You know, he protects himself a lot defensively with his left elbow when he throws that right hand, so he's very hard to...
Well, we get a look at Mayweather with the good right hand. Look at the leverage on it. All of a sudden...
Right hand of Floyd Mayweather Jr. Mayweather is doing about what he wants to do in this fight so far. And we're in the early rounds. He said that he would take him to school in the early rounds and then really start to beat him up in the later rounds and then knock him out. But geez, nice heavy left hand downstairs. And look, an immediate counter left cross by, left hook I should say, by the right-handed fighter Mayweather, with some decent power on it that shift the balance of Victor Ortiz.
Look at Mayweather cut off the ring so nicely here, then trying to get out one step to the side.
Now, he doesn't chase, he does it exactly right. This guy's a master boxer.
Slowly use the angles, make it smaller. He took one there, but he had good things set up.
There's more of the defense where he has those elbows and hands up high, and Ortiz lashed out with a good right hand and left hand, and neither one of them was taken very flush by Mayweather. See that elbow comes forward, he catches a lot on that elbow.
Elbow out, there's the good right hand again.
Another right hand.
Now you can do 7 or 8 things well if you're Ortiz and you think you've got some momentum going, and Mayweather takes it all away from you in one shot.
That's about 10 or 12 during the course of the fight. He had 4 in the last round. That's his 4th one in this round. Look how quick he is when Ortiz comes after him. I'll tell you one thing, Dave. I hope that we get to see Mayweather and Pacquiao, and that we have the opportunity to call that fight, because, man, that would be sensational.
It'd be one of the all-time greats.
But this fight is far from over. Well, everything is going Mayweather's way. Look at him, he parries off the straight left hand. That time he got tapped in the chin, but was pulling back.
And Ortiz just missed. Ortiz just missed with a big left hand, and Mayweather slapped it away at the last second. Well, it's one thing to be a great defensive fighter, but then when you add power to it, you get this from Mayweather. 16 for 29 in the power department in round.
Ortiz hasn't been able to force this fight at all. Mayweather dictates. Look at this. I mean, that time Ortiz tried to explode and everything was smothered by the hands of Floyd Mayweather.
This is what Ortiz is not used to, being a split second late when he has a good idea.
Joe warns Ortiz about his head. When we were in the dressing room, Danny Garcia said to Joe Cortez, warn him about the elbow, because You know, he throws his elbows, but he blocks a lot with his elbows. Look at this. I mean, it's a boxing lesson, isn't it?
Hey, guys on two different levels. Ortiz
Here's
trying to change
Ortiz.
that in a hurry.
Tries to open up. He catches him decently. Mayweather says no, and Ortiz doesn't like it. The crowd going absolutely crazy. Anytime Ortiz ignites, so does the crowd.
And again, he almost got there.
That's the trouble with Mayweather. A lot of people almost get there. He was hit pretty good in the second round in his last fight by Shane Mosley, but I think you said earlier that's all Shane did his other night. It was his only flurry.
And his flurry was like sizzle and steak. He didn't really get much of it in.
And the chant goes up, Ortiz, Ortiz, Ortiz. But on the three judges scorecard, it's Mayweather, Mayweather, and Mayweather. Oh, look at that right hand.
Never wastes an opportunity to land that right hand.
He's dropping most of them high in the forehead by the eye, pick him down the middle. And there's Ortiz battling back. But look where the hands are on Mayweather. He lunged forward with his head. Time has been called, and now a point's going to come away.
The point. Point headbutt. Point headbutt.
And it was an intentional
Point
headbutt.
headbutt.
That really hurts Ortiz because he was having one of his most aggressive rounds in the fight.
Don't be doing that. Don't be doing that. Let's go.
Oh, and then as Ortiz tries to sportsmanship, Mayweather makes him pay. What a rookie mistake there by Ortiz.
It's up to 7 and 8. He's not going to make it. 9 and 10. It's all over. He's still out as he crawls to the corner right above us.
He got suckered in. Floyd Mayweather made it seem like he would embrace him, and then he clocked him twice.
A rookie mistake, and Floyd Mayweather has done it. He's the 147-pound world champion. After 16 months, no ring rust. He was counted out, was Ortiz. I'm going to see that again, Dave.
Well, it was a beautiful fake. I mean, okay, the referee says point deducted, and Ortiz made an unusual maneuver to try and apologize again to Mayweather. Mayweather made it look like he would accept it, but then he turned and nailed him twice. Protect yourself
at all times. Mayweather with a sneaky shot, and he caught him, and he really knocked him out. Because after the referee Joe Cortez counted up to 10, he was still out for another 10 or 12 seconds.
The thing is, he had already apologized once to Mayweather.
Yeah.
This was the second time. Yeah. He did it right after the incident.
Mayweather being ingratiating to him now, and Ortiz smiling as he has throughout the confrontations of that. But you know, here we go now.
Hey, there's the uppercut. Now here comes Ortiz, trying for his best moments of the fight here.
Now watch the head.
He's doing well. Comes up.
And then
deliberate headbutt.
A deliberate headbutt.
Could have lost 2 points there. So now he goes for the apology. Floyd says fine. They go for the embrace. Referee Joe Cortez is not there. Boom. Left hook. Right hand.
Right hand. Yeah. You don't hang out in the kill zone with Floyd Mayweather. Now this is going to be controversial, and it shouldn't be. You got to protect yourself at all times. That took him out of it. That finished.
He's looking over at the referee.
You have got to protect yourself at all times. matter what they say about how he finished the fight.